The SPY makes its first move lower after falling out of this rising wedge. The Qqq does the same after playing games with everybody for 2 weeks. The VIX rounds off support and slams into resistance at $23. JP Morgan consolidates near all-time highs and may be signaling a drop to find liquidity. Nvda falls to the lower level of this price channel and bounces off of it. But be wary of this one. If it falls out of this price channel, then it'll head down towards 125. Meta breaks this ascending trend line as support and signaling a drop to 544. Welcome back, everybody, to High Quality Trades, the channel where I provide top-notch technical analysis on the stock market, where we go over simple support and resistance levels, trendline breaks, and pattern formations. And I give you the price targets of where price is headed in the coming days. So let's get into it. In today's video, we'll be going over the SPY, the Qqqs, the VIX, JP Morgan, Nvda, and Facebook stock. So let's start this video off here on the SPY's 4-hour time frame. Today is October 3rd, and the most recent close of the SPY was 571.04. It reached a high of 575.55 and a low of 570.62. It was positive 0.42% on the day. Okay guys, so what is the SPY currently doing? So it looks like last Thursday we broke out of this consolidation area to the downside, and we headed all the way down to our 200 period moving average here on the 4-hour time frame. At this level, looks like the buyers stepped in and tried to push price higher. We headed all the way up towards 574.86. But then the bears stepped in and pushed price back down towards support at 571. If the buyers are able to hold this level come the early part of next week, then it's possible we head back up towards 574.86. But if we were to break below this level, we'd head back down towards 568. And if this level was to break, then we'd head back down towards our hard support area here at 565.23. There is still a gap back from September 18th that never got fully filled. This gap ultimately fills 565.08, and it is where I'm looking for the SPY to head down towards and finish filling this gap before ultimately the bulls can step back in and try to push price higher. Now, to get a better idea of where the stock market is headed come the early part of next week, let's drop down into the 15-minute time frame and go over our 200 period moving average. So we are currently below the moving average. As long as we remain below this, then the bears have control to push price lower. So like I was saying, right now we're at support of 571. If the bulls cannot hold this level, then the bears will push price back down towards 568. And then if this level was to break, we'd head down towards 565. Now that's the bearish scenario for say Monday, Tuesday next week. But a bullish one would be if the buyers are able to push price up towards 574 and then get above this level. That would be bullish for price to then head up towards 577.72. And if we were able to stay above our 200 period moving average, and then it start curling upwards and start supporting the buyers again, did something like this, then that would be bullish for price to continue onwards and possibly make new all-time highs. But if we are to remain below this moving average, it's most likely that the bears are going to push price lower. Alrighty guys, that's it for the SPY. Now let's go on to the Qqqs. So the triple Qs here on the 4-hour time frame has also made another leg lower, breaking out of its rising wedge pattern. Now the triple Qs has ultimately fell towards support here at 484.38. What I have noticed is that we've also broken another ascending trend line to the downside, and then we've tested it as resistance, and it may be that price heads lower come Monday, Tuesday next week. If the bears are able to push price below this 484 level, then we'll head down towards the 479 level. There's a gap still down here back from September 18th that if the bears are able to push price lower, it'll probably head down here to fill this gap at 476.12. This is most likely where price is headed if bearish price action continues next week. Now, to get a better idea of where the stock market is headed, let's now drop down into the 15-minute time frame and look at our 200-period moving average. So this thing is now descending and price is below it. As long as we remain below this 200-period moving average, then the bears ultimately have control to push price lower. So come Monday, if we cannot get back above our 200-period moving average, then it's most likely we head back down towards support at 484. And then if we break this level, we'll head down towards 479.94. But if the buyers are able to get back above this 200-period moving average, then it's most likely the price heads up towards 494.51. And if we get back above this level, we could head up towards the $500 level. Okay, that's it for the triple Qs. Let's now head on to the VIX. So the VIX has bounced off support at $18 and it's broken resistance at 20.98 and headed all the way up to its next resistance level of 23.35. What I'm looking for price to do here on the VIX is at least get a full measured move of my descending triangle pattern here that completes up at $24. So now, to get a better idea of where price may head come Monday, Tuesday, let's drop down into the 15-minute time frame. Look at our 200-period moving average. So this thing has curled upwards and is now pushing price higher on the VIX. So if we remain above this 20.98 level, it's most likely the price heads back up towards 23.35. Then if we're able to get above this level, price would head up towards the $24 level. And the bullish scenario for the market would be if the VIX breaks below this $20 level, then it would head down towards $18. And then it'd be below the 200-period moving average, and it would start supporting the bears here on the VIX, and they would push price lower. But if we remain above this 200-period moving average, it's most likely that the VIX heads higher, which is a bearish signal for the rest of the market. Alrighty guys, that's it for the VIX. Let's go on to JP Morgan stock. So, for the past 2 weeks or so, JP Morgan has been consolidating near all-time highs. It's having trouble breaking above this 225.52 level. So the bulls here on JP Morgan are not able to push price above this 225 level, then it's most likely will head lower down towards support here at 217. This could be a level where the bulls try to step in, push price higher, and then we can head back up towards all-time highs. But if the bears succeed in breaking this 217 level, then we'll head back down probably towards this ascending trend line at the lower level of this price channel. That is where price is most likely headed if we start to break out of this consolidation area to the downside. Alrighty guys, let's go on to Nvda. So Nvidia stock last week dropped to the lower level of this price channel, and ultimately it found support here and we pushed higher. With aftermarket trading on Friday, we broke back above this 137 level. I believe the news was Nvidia will now be accepted into the Dow Jones and it will be taking Intel's place, I believe. So that's bullish price action here on Nvidia. That's probably why we broke above the 137 resistance level. And then it looks like we're headed up towards 141. But because the rest of the market is now looking bearish, if Nvidia cannot show strength in this area and we push above the previous all-time highs here, then this may fall out of this ascending price channel. If that were to happen, we'd first head down towards support here at 131, and then if this level broke, we'd head down towards 125. So just be wary on this one. Just pay attention which way price is headed. Alrighty guys, that's it for Nvidia. Let's go on to Meta. So Meta, after its earnings, actually broke out to the downside of, I'd say, kind of sloppy price channel. If we just pull up the upper level of this price channel, put it somewhere in here, this is now signaling a breakdown that Meta is headed down towards support at 544. It is possible that if Meta breaks the 544 level, then we'll head down towards 530. Based on the break of this ascending trend line here, I believe this is now signaling for Meta to head down towards the 530 level. So let's just see what happens come the early part of next week, and then I'll bring you guys another midweek update come Tuesday night. So that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching high quality trades. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.